Unfreaking believable, huh? The Astros just no hit the Phillies in Game 4. Unbelievable. Christian Javier, the same combined effort that no hit the Yankees early this season, no hit the Phillies in the freaking World Series Game 4. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. But I mean, you know, if anything, the Astros have a blueprint on how to operate, and they have consistent roles and for the guys in the bullpen, right? Your starter, and then you have Montero at set up, Presley at the close. You have the defined roles. So if the Yankees can learn anything, if other teams can learn anything from this, it's that. They just no hit the freaking Phillies. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I'm with you, man. I hate the Astros too. But they are that good. They are that good. 4 Astros. No hit the damn Phillies in the World Series. Talk about a momentum shift and a deflating game. Now they have to go back to Houston, no matter what. Because even if whoever wins tomorrow goes up 3-2, and then you got to go back to Houston for 2. So, unbelievable. Aiden, you'll get the Yankees news when they come out. You'll get it immediately, dude. On this channel, you will get it immediately. And there's nothing going to happen, honestly, until free agency starts. We can't start anything anyway. So there's nothing of newsworthy right now. And they're going to have a presser on Friday, and where I think Cashman and Boone, or Hal and Boone are going to talk to the press and go over their usual blah, blah, blah. So that's the only news we got right now for you, Aiden. But nothing else is, nothing else noteworthy. Because, again, they can't do anything until the end of the World Series. Nobody can. Nobody can. So I still say Phillies in 7 also. Don Larson, baby, perfect game in the World Series. Unbelievable. But yeah, exactly, not bad for a 4-star. This is why, I mean, the Astros have the edge, pitching wise. I mean, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. I mean, unbelievable, unbelievable. Now I don't know about a start of the curse one, so I doubt that. It's just a tremendous performance by the freaking Astros. So, what's up, Eric Wallace? What's going on, dude? Happy early birthday to you, Aiden. Yeah, I mean, Javier's, him, Framber Valdez, like, these guys are loaded in pitching. Even Lance McCullers is pretty solid. Even though he got hit pretty good yesterday, but, unbelievable, this guy. Christian Javier, you got Verlander, you got at least 3 guys who can pitch like aces. So it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So, by the way, smash that like button, guys, if you just come in or if you haven't hit it yet. It's greatly appreciated. The last time there was a no-hitter in the postseason was Roy Halladay pitching for the Phillies. He no-hit the Reds in the playoffs. I remember that. He no-hit the late Roy Halladay, no-hit the friggin' Reds. So, and again, in great offense gets shut down by great pitching. And this is just ridiculous. Yeah, he had a combined no-hitter against the Yankees too. Francisco, yep. He threw 7 innings that day, had 13 strikeouts, and then the bullpen took care of the rest. So, yep, the same kind of group of pitchers no hit the freaking Yankees. He's just that good, man. Yeah, the Phillies hit Verlander. Verlander is not good in the World Series. He's like 0-6 in the World Series, like a 6-something ERA or 7-something ERA. He's not good in the World Series. Dev is in the house. What's happening? Yeah, I mean, no matter what side it is, it was a no-hitter, a no-hitter. Had it been him the whole game no-hitting them, that would have been really memorable. But, no-hitter's no-hitter. That shutting down that offense in the World Series, that's not an easy thing to do. But again, they're eventually going to get brought back down to earth, and because they've been on fire offensively. So, and, I'm not surprised that it's an Astros pitcher, one of these kids. It's unbelievable. Only thing looking better. Yeah. Well, that's not. No lie there, Jeets. No lie there, baby. Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? His second combined no-hitter in one season. Man. They don't have to play 7. They have to play at least 6. At least 6. It's tied 2-2 now. So, it's tied 2-2. I give you this. This is one hell of a World Series. One hell of a World Series. Unbelievable. That's exactly what it's supposed to be, right? Great baseball in the World Series by two great teams, and yeah, who would have thought a no hitter would have happened? I wouldn't have thought that, but it has, which is crazy. So yeah, he's a beast, man. This kid's a beast. Astros will be questioned one or another, but it looks like they're winning cleaner than they were last time. So Yankees don't need Brad Hand, I don't think. I'd be going after Rafael Montero, the setup man for the Astros. Forget Brad Hand. I go after Montero. That's what I would do. Maybe Wink, but who knows, man? Who knows? I mean, there was talk about Fran Valdez in game 2 because he kept going to his right wrist, and his not pitching hand. So it's crazy. Yeah, maybe game 7, Nick. Yeah, I mean, Verlander's been hit pretty hard in the World Series. I would expect him to be probably better than tomorrow when he pitches game 5, but we'll see. We will see. I mean, the Phillies have to win tomorrow to go up 3-2 in Philly. I mean, go up 3-2 going back to Houston. They have to, man. Yeah. Yeah. McCullers against what's the name? Ranger Suarez? Yeah, Ranger Suarez. We're not going to get any news, Glenn, until the season's over. Until the World's nobody can do anything. Yeah. Nobody can do anything, Glenn, right now. And once the World Series ends, after whatever the clinching game is, that's when we'll start hearing the significant news of what's going on here. Like Albert Pujols retired, and we're hearing that Rizzo's going to opt out, but we won't know officially until the World Series is over. So, yeah, that's all I got right now in terms of that type of news, Glenn. It'll ramp up pretty quickly. So, and I'll put out all the videos. Anything that happens in breaking news, no matter who it is, especially in the Yankees, you'll get them all. You'll get it all. Yeah, elite bullpen from start to finish, and aggressive and good starting pitching. Shamim, I mean, the Astros have the blueprint, man. And again, they're consistent. So, and that's key. Consistency is key. Staying healthy makes it easy to be consistent too. I heard some speculatory stuff NFE about this. Like, we heard Aaron Judge was unhappy, and he was unhappy that they booed him, unhappy that they booed what do you call it, Joey Gallo, but like this comes with the territory. You know this when you play for the Yankees, so dude, we're not gonna have any word on anybody right now. Nothing. I mean, we might hear something like Cashman, maybe, but nothing has been reported. They're having a presser on Friday, Chris. I think it's gonna be Cashman and Boone, and they're gonna address the media. So if any news is gonna come out, it'll probably be on Friday. Anything. But we don't know yet. I mean, we know Boone is back, but Cashman has not been announced as back yet either. I'm guessing he will be, but just the fact that he wasn't part of the Boone bringing back process just tells me that Cashman has less power than he had before. Now they might bump him up, like VP of operations or something like that, assistant to the president, or I don't know, and then bring somebody else in for GM and keep him in an advisory capacity. We don't know. So which would be interesting. It'll be interesting. Yeah, they just got dominated today. Eventually, he'll get another job, Aiden. Eventually. Well, we don't know, Shamir. I mean, he might announce, "I'm walking away," or we're coming to a parting of ways, or we have agreed to another position within the thing. They might announce it there. We don't know. Like, you would know if he's let go before the presser, obviously. So you would know that. What do I think about packaging Glaber, Hicks, and prospects to Miami for Lopez and Stalling? Personally, well, Stallings, I mean, they're catching they traded for last year. I don't think they're going to trade him because they need that guy. I don't know about Lopez, honestly. I would personally, I would package Glaber and prospects to Detroit and try to get Gregory Soto, their closer. I think Lopez, I mean, if they can't get Carlos Rodon, maybe Lopez can be a guy. But I'm not sure if Miami needs Hicks. I mean, they're gonna have to attach a prospect and eat some of his contract, I think. I'm not exactly sure that Miami's gonna be the team to do it. But you never know. It's an interesting proposal, Jeets. It is. I think it'd be easier. Glaber has the most trade value. I wouldn't want to attach him to somebody who has none, like Hicks. Really, I'd rather attach him to an Everson Pereira, like a top prospect or a decent, really good prospect to get a better piece. You know what I mean? But you might be right. You might be right, man. If they do that from Cashman, who would you like to see become the GM? That's a good question, man. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. That's the thing. They're gonna have to. A GM's gonna have to do the type of dirty work for Hal that Cashman does now. So the list is not gonna be long. Not gonna be long. Not gonna be long. Yeah, they have an presser on Friday, in the morning. I think it is. Yeah, Astros dominant. Absolutely. And Rodon definitely. He's number one. He's ahead of Verlander for me, but we'll see. Probably Josh Bell, DJ LeMahieu. They may move in the first. There's some options, and maybe Austin. I would give Austin Wells a what do you call it? First base glove and tell him, start getting ready for first base. Start learning it. Front office, bullpen, more contact and speed. Yeah, man. Yeah, the contact and speed. It's like cowbells, man. Epstein's. I think that the chance are slim to none because he's an MLB executive now. I don't see a scenario in the world where he would take a step back to become the Yankees GM and work for Cashman. I don't think there's a scenario in the world where he'd do that. He's like next in line to be commissioner of baseball. So I can't see it. Theoretically he would be the guy I would want to, but I can't see it happening now. Not with his trajectory towards, Major League Baseball royalty. So, but yeah, promotion for Cashman could be a benefit. It depends on who they bring in. You really do. I mean, they have to bring in somebody. And again, I would love for them to bring in somebody and say, hey, look, we're not going to cock block you. We're going to let you do what you need to do. Okay. I'm not going to just, screw up with your mojo like we've done with Cashman so many times. And Cashman's made some mistakes, but he's also been cock blocked many times by Hal. And that doesn't really help him do a good job. So, and again, he has to take all the heat for Hal. So that's the other thing. No. Yankees should rebuild. Fights me and spend at least 4 losing seasons getting good picks and develop these guys so that the fans identify with them. Yeah, I mean, theoretically it's a good thing, but I don't think the Yankees would ever do that, Sandra. Because they're interested in making money hand over foot, and 4 bad seasons would be devastating to their fan base and their money. But I see what you mean because a lot of other teams have done it. So it's a good point. Aloha mahalo. What's up, my man? What is up? We got a trade proposal here. Torres, Trey Sweeney, Jason Dominguez, Steven Ridings, and Florial for Brian Reynolds and Bednar. Oh, that's a lot. Labor, Sweeney, Dominguez. I would like to try to. Well, if it were me, it probably would cost that much for the 3 of them. I would love to see if I can replace Ridings with somebody else. Dominguez, you have to. I can't see a scenario where we get Brian Reynolds without Dominguez. That's an interesting one, Chris. And look, the porn trolls are back. All right, welcome. The porn trolls. Boone and cash and swapping. Can you imagine that? Not necessarily, Streamy. Not necessarily. They do this sometimes too. Something could be brewing, but I don't think they would replace him with just some slappy Kincaid guy. It would be so stupid to do that. So if something's brewing, it would have to be something significant if they're going to wait. But I don't know. We'll see. And we'll know more on Friday when they do the press conference. So if anybody hasn't smashed that like button, please smash that like button. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, the trolls come and go. But you know what? That's what happens when you're starting to do well. When you got a close-knit crew like us, the trolls like to come in and kind of, get in the way. But we get them out of here. We get them out of here, baby. Yeah, you'd probably, theoretically, if you can get that much, but Pittsburgh could probably get more. Pittsburgh could probably get more. I think it all boils down to, and I've said this, if whether Judge resigns or not. If he leaves, then they're gonna obviously gonna give him a qualifying offer. He'll turn it down. They'll get a prospect there, but they're gonna have to. That's when I would go after a Reynolds and a Bednar. But they're gonna have to be willing to fork up some guys. Like the last time this happened was after 2017 when they lost in the ALCS to the Houston Astros in 7 when Astros won the World Series. That offseason, they offloaded some salary. They got rid of Chase Headley. And they attached Brian Mitchell, a top pitching prospect, to him to offload his whole salary. So they got rid of some money guys, and they acquired Giancarlo Stanton that offseason. So they made another, bring in a superstar and do another financial move. So there's a lot of things that they did that offseason, and that's it. They had a declining CC, declining Tanaka, and like Jordan Montgomery in the beginning. So they were, this was a similar, like they can do this offseason what they did that offseason, where they freed up money, they brought in some big names, and they let some young kids play. Like it was Miguel Andujar at the time, it was in Montgomery, so they could essentially do that. O'Neal Cruz, no. He's got, I think, 5 more years of pre-arb and arb. I know he's not locked up yet. No. So, Bryce Masataka Yoshida. 40 strikes, 20 homes. Decent stats. What position does he play? And how old is he? Bryce. James, it's over, man. It was a 5-0. They no-hit the Astros no-hit the Phillies tonight. Combined no-hitter. Unbelievable. It's brutal. Who could they promote within takeover in this? That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know anybody who could just do that, That's Franco Sevi. Yeah, Sevi, I think they'll pick up his team option, which is $15 million for 2023, and then he's a free agent after that. So, but I think they'll probably pick that up, try to keep him in that rotation next season. Yoshida, huh? Did you say what position he played and how old he was? Oh, 29 in an outfield. Okay. Interesting. I'll have to check it out. No problem, James. Yeah. Yoshida, huh? Does he bat righty or lefty? I think all the Japanese players that the Yankees have gotten here, Matsui, even Ichiro is not prime, but they're all lefty hitters. Now that I think about it. Let's just say if the Yankees offer Judge and retaining him, plus a house time running increase the budget. I don't know if he's going to increase it. The threshold goes up by 230 to 233. They have a lot of money coming off the books. So, but he knows at this point, he's got to know that you're going to have to spend in order to, there's nothing more profitable than spending here and winning a championship. And they already know the Mets are going to spend. All these other teams are going to spend. So probably the Red Sox and the Dodgers and a lot of these other teams. So they're going to have to do something. He's lefty talent. Okay. Gets the Astros when talked about the offseason on Friday. Yeah, Anthony. Exactly, Anthony. Unbelievable. What a freaking game. Unbelievable. Hard to believe. Yeah, I think the Phillies have to rebound tomorrow and win to kind of salvage and regain some momentum and head back to Houston. Because that's, they're going to be at a disadvantage now because they can't win at home. They can't celebrate at home now. So it's got to be in Houston. And Houston is really tough in Houston. So I think there is a Japanese pitcher. Yeah, and he's pretty young too, if I remember correctly. No. Yeah, James, let's just hopefully they'll pull this off, man. I want the Phillies to beat these guys in the World Series. Cubs, I hear the Cubs. The Cubs are looking for a shortstop. And I do think they'll spend. The Red Sox will spend. A lot of teams will spend. The Texas Rangers said they're spending. They're also put themselves in Aaron Judge sweepstakes already. So a lot of teams are going to spend. Detroit, a bunch of other teams that are going to spend too. Yeah, I think they are starting Wheeler tomorrow, Drew. It's going to be Wheeler versus Verlander. So that'll be a tough one. I don't see the need personally, Wilson Contreras, Aiden, but you're going to have to pay $100 million for a catcher, and that money can be best spent elsewhere. I mean, it's in my opinion. So I think he's going to go to the Mets, Wilson Contreras. I think. Yoshida's like Benny. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, exactly, James. Yankees was hell. Yankees team was hell on opposing teams. Hell on them. They need to get back to that. We really do. And again, got to put a team on the field that people can be excited about. People can just be going crazy for. So Rangers will be on DeGrom. Yeah, I mean, let them. I'm passing on DeGrom here. He just can't stay healthy enough, so I pass on him. I love him, but pass on him. Texas. It's only federal tax to win. So Judge wins. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, he'll save more of his money there. Will they win? I don't know. New Yankee Stadium's a tour. Yeah, it kind of is, Shamir. I wish we would, kind of go back to some of the old traditional, old stadium vibe. Donaldson should go to the Cubs if the Yankees don't get Dansby Swanson. Interesting. Swanson, I like, and I think he'll be cheaper than the other guys that are going for shortstop. I really do. Rizzo gone, Jose Abreu replace him. It's crazy. Abreu is one of the better contacts hitters in all of baseball, actually. A very high contact rate in the mid-90s, and doesn't strike out a ton, but he still has power too. But he's 36, so I would love for Rizzo to come back, but we'll see. I mean, and do they reissue 99 judges? Yeah, at some point. I think so. He's not going to his number's not going to be retired, I don't think. So, Rangers I think, watch out for Clayton Kershaw too, Tyler. I see Kershaw maybe going to the Rangers as well. Another unless they move Horn in a second. Yeah, I mean, that's what I heard. And I think there's going to be a bidding war for Trey Turner between the Cubs, the Phillies, and maybe a couple other teams. If we don't re-sign Judge and try to go in rebuilding, I don't trust the front office. That's why I think our whole approach in scouting is revamping. I mean, the scouting, I think, in analytics and player development, yes. And I don't think just because they don't sign Judge doesn't mean they're going to start a whole rebuild. They never rebuild or do a complete rebuild. They'll do a significant retooling like they did after 2017. And I could see something like that. Have a great night, Aiden. Rodon, I would love. Yeah, I would love. Yeah, Vlad Jr. Yeah, I was a little surprised there too. But Rizzo was a step down from elite glove this year. He had a couple issues, but he was a fantastic Golden Glove no matter what. Like it's not like I don't remember what year it was, but Tino Martinez was having an outstanding year for the Yankees and just catching everything. And then Rafael Palmeiro only played like 40 games that year, and he beat him out for the Gold Glove. And we're like, what the hell happened here? How in the world is that possible? So I'll never forget that one. Well, this is true too. He has not come through in the postseason. Hardy, you're right about that. He hasn't come through in the postseason. A DJ playing 140 games. It would be nice. I mean, they did sign him to be a utility guy, but I could see that. I mean, they could also put Oswaldo Cabrera at second and then just have DJ be the utility guy all around the infield as well. So they could do that too. But because he's getting old, he's 35 too. So it's gonna be interesting when they do. Oh, I would. Of course, I would attach a prospect. If you attach a prospect and you have to eat some money, you're getting some of that money back. If you release them, you have to eat 100% of the contract. So you always try to trade them to get something back. I mean, even if you save 20%, it's better than saving nothing. So you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. We need more contact bats, no doubt. KB, maybe. I think the home run race just messed up. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Like, maybe. I mean, maybe. Home run derby slump. Yeah, I remember that. That happens to some people in the home run derby, especially the big sluggers, man. Absolutely, it happens, man. Their mechanics can change in the second half of the season after great derby. Especially one of the finalists. If they're in the final, they're hitting tons of swings, tons of home runs. So yeah, most definitely. But the moral of the story today is Astros just no hit the Phillies. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Puig's destroying the KBO. No surprise. He's a talented hitter. He's got a gifted arm. He's a very talented ball player, but he's just too hot, a hothead. You know what I mean? So I think that's destroying it for him. Home run, yeah. And he was really trying to go for it hard towards the last couple weeks of the season. You could tell. Texas by Buckeye, you could tell. Baseball. 2028 Olympics, nice. Nice. Well, it's the same thing here, hit it hard. I would do the same. Invest in 4 or 5 really solid players. Exactly. That's what I would do too. That's what I would do. Get several players and address multiple positions, because even if you bring back Judge, they have multiple holes, right? And that still needs to be addressed no matter what, whether you have him or not. Multiple holes. He does not solve the pitching problem. He doesn't solve the infield problem. Doesn't solve any of those things. He just solves the Aaron Judge. So, and I think that's important to keep in mind. Really, really important. Couldn't young guys like to see Yankees bring up what? Younger guys, creative core for Cabrera, Peraza, Volpe, and Florial. I think it's probably going to be Dominguez over Florial. I could see Florial getting moved this offseason as well. Maybe part of that trade with like a Torres, I think, or hypothetical trade. But I could see that too. Let's just say Judge leaves. Resign Benintendi, Jock. Trey Turner, Rodon, and Jose Abreu without discussing trades. The Yankees would be better. They would still have to bring in a reliever at the very least. At least one reliever. You know what I mean? At least one. Who are you referring to there, Tyler? Solves the right field problem. Who are you referring to? I think I missed it. Florial Cugu. Yeah, I mean he's got a lot of controllable year, so Yankees will move him, especially if they're not going to play him well here. Just move the kid and give him a chance to play somewhere else. Yeah. Diaz, no, I get it. A lot of folks are saying Diaz. I would rather go for Rafael Montero, the setup guy from the Houston Astros. Also free agent this offseason. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, I think yeah, I hear what you're saying, Cheats. If he walks, you don't have faith the Yankees will spend much money. I think they're going to have to one way or another to try to replace the production as much as they possibly can, because they know that's going to be a big hit. Big hit, especially offensively. It's going to be a huge hit. So, yes, Steinbrenner probably would have. Yeah, he probably would have brought in Trey Turner and other guys too. He would have most definitely done that. Exactly, Tyler. Exactly. I mean, you know me. I've been talking about Reynolds for like a year. And he's just the perfect fit for this team. Easton Uller. I have no idea, Anthony. No idea. That stinks for that kid. Judd walks in Oswaldo's right. Maybe. Texas, maybe. His parents told him last night he was going to turn no hit. Really? It's crazy. Is there any real chance Swanson leaves Atlanta? Yeah, I think so. Somebody gives him like whatever, $200 million. I could see it happening. Yeah, Florial does play good defense. Has some good routes, but he struggles hitting on the offense at the major league level on the offensive side. So that's where he's kind of way behind. Exactly, Robert. Yep. Well, exactly the same. Yeah, I want that feeling when Mariano came in. Game over. Felt the same way. Same way. Every time he came in. As soon as you heard Enter Sandman, it was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Just want the feeling that way. Yep. Post game. Wow, that's crazy, Dr. Van. His parents told him he was going to throw no hitter. That's freaking nuts. That is nuts. Wow. I mean, I'm freaking believable. These kids are good. Really. I mean, the Astros nucleus is set up for a long time. Guys like Pena, Yordan Alvarez, and these young pitchers like Framber and Christian Javier, like they're set up across the board. They really are. Anthony Brown, New York is unique, man. Very unique, brother. Very unique. Terrible free agent rankings. No, I have not. Drew, who are some of the rankings? Rank the playoff no hitters: Larson, Halladay. In that order, Robert. In that order. In that order. Same order. Same hitting hard. Same, baby. Link to Matt. I got to be honest with you. I can't stand that trumpet music. I really can't. But if he came here, I wouldn't complain. If he pitched well, wouldn't complain at all. Yep. Astros, yeah, I mean, exactly. This is what their player development farm. They keep doing it. So, and it's that's why. And they get a lot of international players too, and they spend wisely and they develop players wisely. So, you know, and yeah, Mo used to say that. He's like, I don't think they're gonna win. It's game over, kind of thing. So, it's the greatest closer of all time by a mile. By a mile. So, very cool. Texas saw him over there. Who doesn't miss Mo? Mo's great, man. Fantastic. Low-ranked judge, 5th. Really? Who did he have ahead of him, Drew? Ranked judge 5th? Huh. Okay. Who did he have ahead of him? I need to look this up now. Let's see. Keith Law, huh? Law. MLB. Free agent. Rankings. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, if you can get him for that, Tyler, you gotta do it. Absolutely have to do it. All right, here we go. Keith Laws. Carlos Correa, number 1. Trey Turner, number 2. Dansby Swanson, number 3. 3 shortstops in a row. Aaron Judge is 4th, actually. Xander Bogaerts is 5th. Wilson Contreras is 6th. Brandon Nimmo, 7th. Jacob deGrom, 8th. Carlos Rodon, 9. Jameson Taillon's 10, actually. Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Turner and Correa. Yep. Yeah, Correa's 1, Turner's 2 on this, according to this list. Closer in NASCAR. What would Oswaldo Cabrera's batting numbers look like of the full season? Yeah, I mean, I'd say he probably hit about 270. Probably would about, in the first full season, like 18 home runs, somewhere like that, and 60 RBIs. I mean, it would be a decent season with some solid play. So, Westchester's, Bronxville's crazy expensive. Yep. Crazy, man. Any young pitchers the Yankees could call up next year? Who? Luis Medina? They traded him to the A's as part of the Frankie Montas trade. I'd say Luis Hill is coming back from Tommy John. Stephen Ridings, obviously, in the bullpen. So I think those two are probably the most, I'd say, immediate guys. I think so. What do you want the Yankees to sign or trade for? I want them to, Bryce, if I need to send 3 signings, Benintendi, Carlos Rodon, and Rafael Montero. Trade Brian Reynolds, Gregory Soto, And probably, I'd say probably David Bednar. Yeah, that's something like that. And I would also sign Adam Frazier. He's a quality contact hitting free agent with speed who can play defense. So he's another guy I think that would be wise. So Brian Reynolds to me is the most complete of the guys I would be going after because that's switch hitting capabilities and he's solid contact hitter with power. He's a good defender. He's kind of across the board. Just a great player everywhere. So a guy like that, he's got 3 more years of team control, so he won't be afraid until 2026. So he'll cost a lot in prospects, but his salary won't be that high over the next 3 years. So I would be going after him. And who's the guy that they got for the Joey Gallo? And the Joey Gallo trade from the Dodgers. I forgot his name, but I could see him being up here in the next year or two also. He looks pretty good. Vasquez, Rodon, Benny, Rizzo. Yeah, I mean, 2 of those guys are new. You can bring in Benny back. So, yeah. Oh, Clayton Beeter. That's right, Tyler. That's right. Clayton Beeter is the guy that the Yankees got in the Joey Gallo trade. And he's like their number 8 prospect now, rocketing up the system. So, the Yankees' chance in trading for Walker Buehler, probably 0. He's also coming off Tommy John. A guy I would look at was Bobby Miller, one of their top pitching prospects. He's a guy I would see if you can move Gleyber Torres and some other guys over there for him. I would look into him. But Walker Buehler, I doubt it. Again, he's coming off Tommy John. I just don't see that happening. Yeah, exactly, Tyler. Good strikeout numbers. Where didn't Reynolds play catcher and center? Yeah, he didn't catch in center. Pitching. Yeah, I think that's about it. Cody Bellinger's anything left? He's saying maybe. I mean, if they can get him for the cheap, why not bring him here and see what happens? See what pans out. Can't hurt. Yep. I think he's still under team control too, Cody Bellinger. So, I mean, he's maybe a change of scenery will do him some good. Benny Bader Judge seems like a pretty good outfield to me. That's a good outfield. Waller 4th outfield. Dominguez waiting to me. That's a good outfield right there, Dr. Van. Good outfield. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, it's all going to boil down to whether Judge stays or whether he goes. That's going to be the thing. And I think these guys need to jump on it immediately and try to lock this gap immediately if that's what they want. And don't wait the whole offseason. Just don't do it. It'll blow up in their face, I think, in my opinion. Yeah. Oswaldo and DJ are sharing probably the old guy passing the torch to the new guy. Yeah. Until, Oswaldo has a defined position here for him. So, yeah, I heard they might tender Bellinger. And if that's the case, okay. Yeah. Brett Gardner for bench coach. That's actually an intriguing idea. I never thought about it. I know Carlos Mendoza, their current bench coaches, it sounds like he's going to be interviewing for manager, so in a couple different spots. And he's probably going to wind up taking a managerial job for another team. So that position might be open. Brett Gardner would be a fun one, actually. I like that. I do like that. I like it. Oh, yeah. Cody Bellinger and Clay Bellinger. Yeah, Dr. Van. Yep. Yeah, this kid's good. I mean, it's unfortunately he's kind of fallen off the just the rankings and whatnot. Now, does he have any? Let's see. Cody Bellinger. Contract. Let's have a look here. Guardian, Boone are not on speaking terms. Really? Why is that? Why are they not on speaking terms? Yeah, so next year is Cody Bellinger's last year in arbitration. So essentially he can get traded for something. Yeah. How come they're not speaking? I didn't know that. Yeah, watch out for Beater. He might be a guy coming up through the system pretty quickly. I think probably a good bullpen guy. I think bullpen. Kratz. He's another solid, smart veteran too. Eric Kratz. Things went down bad when Guardy left. I never heard that. I wonder what. I wonder why. Shamir, I wonder why. Curious. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm gonna have to look into this stuff. Better chance at Bueller than Miller top 25. I mean, you might be right. Miller would be my first pick because again, Bueller's coming off Tommy John, so I don't know if the Dodgers are gonna move either one. To be honest with you, Michael Caine most likely, yeah, most likely. Yep. Well, let me wrap this up. I don't want to go too late, guys and gals, because we got another game tomorrow night, and we'll recap that. We'll live stream and recap that as well. So, but the Phillies and the Astros are now tied 2-2. If you haven't heard, the Astros no-hit the Phillies tonight with a team effort and just gobbled the momentum back into their direction. So the Phillies need to recapture tomorrow, and but they got to go back to Houston one way or another, gang. So that's the live tonight. Have a great night. Appreciate you all coming on and smash that like button on the way out. Peace and love, gang. Over and out. All right.